After the Shibuya incident and the death of numerous sorcerers, Yuji Itadori decides not to return to the Jujutsu school and to devote himself solely to eliminating the curses that were left loose across Japan. However, his situation is critical, as he has been sentenced to death and is now being hunted by Yuta Okotsu, a special-grade sorcerer tasked with executing him in order to contain the danger posed by Sukuna. Before delving deeper into this conflict, the story rewinds a few hours to show the internal chaos within the Zenin clan. Within the clan, the death of Nayobito Zenin is confirmed, triggering a dispute over succession. Ogi, Junichi, and Naoya inherit part of the power, but the will reveals an old agreement between Nayobito and Toji Fushiguro. If something were to happen to Gojo, Megumi Fushiguro would become the head of the clan. While Ogi and Junichi reluctantly accept this outcome, Naoya explodes in fury and decides to kill Megumi in order to claim all the power for himself. Returning to Itadori, he is shown to be emotionally devastated by the deaths in Shibuya, feeling personally responsible for the tragedy. Although his body is recovering thanks to Sukuna, his mind is on the verge of collapse. Choso, who now recognizes Itadori as his brother, stays by his side and supports him, assuring him that he is not responsible for the deaths of his other brothers. Even so, Itadori continues fighting curses as his only way to atone for his guilt, accompanied by Choso, with whom he demonstrates excellent coordination in battle. After defeating several curses, the two are interrupted by Naoya Zenin, who is searching for Megumi with the clear intention of killing him. Itadori tries to confront him, but Naoya proves to possess overwhelming speed and physical abilities. The tension escalates with the arrival of Yuta Okotsu, whose presence alone exudes terrifying power. Naoya withdraws, satisfied, leaving Itadori's execution in Yuta's hands while he pursues Megumi. Itadori fights against Yuta, but is completely outmatched by his immense power and the support of the spirit Rika, who enables Yuta to pierce Itadori's heart. Meanwhile, Choso battles Naoya, and using a new technique that floods the battlefield with blood, manages to defeat him. Just as Choso is about to finish him off, Yuta appears and knocks Choso out, then heals Naoya in exchange for having him report that Itadori is dead. Itadori awakens, alive, and Yuta reveals that Gojo asked him to protect Itadori if anything were to happen. Although he carried out the execution order, he revived him using reverse curse technique. Megumi was also aware of the plan and supports the idea that Itadori should not be condemned for a power he never chose. Even so, Itadori continues to distance himself out of fear of Sukuna until Megumi asks him to face what lies ahead together, freeing Gojo from the prison realm, uncovering Noritoshi Kamo's plans, and stopping them. Along this journey, Itadori learns of Nobara Kugisaki's officially confirmed death during the Shibuya incident. Later, he reunites with Maki Zenin, who survived her injuries, and with Yuki Tsukumo, who also joins the plan. Finally, the group crosses the barriers to reach Tengen, where a mysterious being is already waiting for them, fully aware that Itadori is the vessel of Sukuna.
The encounter with the mysterious entity reveals that it is Tengen, although his current appearance makes him seem like a being detached from human reality. Without wasting time, the sorcerers ask him about Kenjaku's true intentions and the possibility of opening the prison realm. Tengen explains that Kenjaku's ultimate goal is to force the evolution of humanity through cursed energy, although this plan cannot be carried out immediately due to the current lack of sufficient cursed energy. As a preliminary step, Kenjaku plans to merge all of humanity with Tengen himself, who, after evolving without a vessel, developed a consciousness that extends across the entire planet. This condition makes a global fusion possible, but it would also mean the end of the world, as millions of people would gain immense power that would inevitably lead to corruption, chaos, wars, and the extinction of all life. Although Tengen opposes this plan, he admits that his evolution has transformed him into a being similar to a cursed spirit, causing him to lose his human body. This makes him vulnerable to curse manipulation, meaning his capture by Kenjaku is only a matter of time. To delay this outcome, Tengen proposes sealing his sanctuary and assigning bodyguards, though he acknowledges that with the Six Eyes user sealed, there is no longer a true obstacle standing in Kenjaku's way. Even so, the plan requires a preliminary phase known as the culling game, a survival ritual in which hundreds of sorcerers fight under strict rules and a point-based system designed to optimize cursed energy. The outcome of the game could lead either to a new era of enlightenment or to the total expansion of evil. Faced with this threat, Choso and Yuki Tsukumo decide to remain with Tengen to protect him, while Itadori's group takes responsibility for directly intervening in the ritual. Tengen also shares key information about the reversible prison realm, which could be opened using tools capable of nullifying cursed energy. However, these weapons were destroyed by Gojo in the past. As a possible alternative, Tengen mentions a sorceress known as Angel, whose technique can extinguish any ability other than her own. Her participation in the culling game makes her a crucial key to freeing Gojo. With the rules, colonies, and responsibilities defined, the sorcerers prepare to take action and prevent the world from falling into absolute chaos. With preparations underway for an impending decisive battle, the story returns to the Zenin clan, where Naoya Zenin openly opposes Megumi Fushijuro's recent rise to leadership. His contempt also targets Maki Zenin, whom he deems inferior due to her inability to use cursed energy and her weakened physical state. Although Megumi now has the authority to appoint Maki as clan head, this shift in power sparks fierce resistance. Naoya and Junichi Zenin secretly conspire to stage an accidental execution to eliminate both Megumi and Maki. The conflict escalates with the arrival of Ogi Zenin, Maki's father, who decides to purify the bloodline after deeming his daughter's failures. His resentment stems not only from their lack of cursed energy mastery, but also from his own frustration at never being chosen as clan leader. Acting without mercy, Ogi throws Maki and her twin sister Mai, both gravely injured, into a punishment chamber filled with curses, convinced they will perish. When all seems lost, Mai uses her final strength and her construction technique to forge a sword imbued with cursed energy. This sacrifice gives Maki a chance to survive, but costs Mai her life. With her dying wish, Mai asks Maki to destroy the Zenin clan, blaming it for robbing them of any chance at freedom. Empowered by this sacrifice, Maki survives the curses and kills her own father. In response, the clan mobilizes to stop her. The first to fall is the Kukuru unit, a group of disposable fighters used as expendable shock troops. Next comes the Hei group, the elite Zenin sorcerers. Yet even they are overwhelmed. Jinichi, unable to comprehend Maki's rapid evolution, is effortlessly defeated and decapitated by her sheer physical power. At last, Naoya intervenes as the clan's final line of defense. The battle reveals that Maki has fully awakened her heavenly restriction, reaching a level comparable to Toji Fushiguro. With Mai's death erasing the last trace of cursed energy from her body, Maki becomes immune to domain expansions. Using her heightened senses, she sees through Naoya's techniques and defeats him decisively. Though Maki's dying mother delivers the final blow to Naoya, Maki also kills her, completing the total annihilation of the Zenin clan and marking the fall of one of the most powerful families in the world of Jujutsu. After the massacre of the Zenin clan, the story shifts its focus to Masamichi Yaga, the sorcerer who was the first to create autonomous cursed corpses, beings with cursed energy and their own consciousness, capable of acting without external control, Panda being the prime example. Although Yaga never revealed the secret behind this technique, the higher-ups of the Jujutsu world issue an execution order against him, using Gojo Satoru's alleged betrayal as an excuse. In truth, their real objective is to force Yaga to divulge the formula to create more of these beings. The one tasked with carrying out the order is Yoshinobu Gakuganji, who leaves Yaga gravely wounded. Before dying, Yaga chooses to reveal the secret of his technique, not as an act of submission, but so that Gakuganji must bear the responsibility of that knowledge and reflect on the corruption within the Jujutsu world. The narrative then returns to Itadori and Megumi, whose mission is to locate Kinji Hakari, suspected of being connected to an underground organization known as the Fight Club. Upon arriving, they are detained, but by direct order of the leader, Itadori is allowed to participate in the tournament's main event. The plan is for Itadori to act from the inside while Megumi investigates discreetly, as any mistake could cause them to completely lose Hakari's trail. One key rule of the tournament is the ban on cursed techniques, since the audience consists of ordinary people who cannot perceive cursed energy. This forces the fighters to rely solely on physical combat. In the arena, Itadori is unexpectedly matched against Panda, who is also infiltrating the club with the same goal. Together, they stage a fake yet spectacular fight that amazes the crowd and catches Hakari's attention, leading him to plan on turning Itadori into the tournament champion purely for entertainment. Later on, Panda reveals that Hakari is controlling everything from a monitoring room protected by his ability. After defeating several opponents, Itadori finally comes face-to-face with Hakari. Hakari speaks about his obsession with risk, excitement, and control, making it clear that he seeks to rival or even surpass the influence of Gojo Satoru. When Itadori pretends not to know Gojo, Hakari realizes he is an infiltrator and decides to confront him directly.